Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another BJ&Co how to play Minecraft video. Today we're continuing on our Skyfactory 3 video series, and we're going to talk to you guys about some extreme reactors. In particular, we are actually going to be delving into the first step of the Age of Power, which is to create a passively cooled reactor from the Extreme Reactors mod. So Extreme Reactors are kind of a big multi-block structure that allow you to generate a bunch of power using some certain ingots. If you guys have been finding these videos helpful, smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for updates when our new content goes live so you can stay in the know. And if you want to see more videos, there should be a card up above that will take you to the playlist with all the different videos, because we're 20 sub videos in, lots of cool stuff to teach you about, and so you can see them all around. But yeah, let's do this, guys. Let's do this. So where do we want to start here? Let's take a look. So this is Extreme Reactors. If you use your NEI or JEI, whatever it's called in this mod pack, yeah, type add extreme and you can see everything that's put into this series by the Extreme Reactors mod. Yellurium, which we've been getting through some of our sifting and everything, is kind of the main fuel source that starts this out, the Yellurium ingots. And then the pieces that we're going to be looking at today are the reactor stuff here. So the casing, the glass, controller, and this sort of fun stuff. So these are the pieces that we're going to need to build it. Reactors can be small. They can be super tiny, like a 3x3 square. You can make them huge. I think the biggest you can get is 32 by 32 in terms of width and length, and then 48 high, which is freaking huge. And there's actually achievement behind that, so we'll get to that one later. But we're going to start off small. We're going to do a little bit of a 5x5. So the main piece you need is this reactor casing, and it's made up of iron, graphite, and the casing core. Casing core is just iron, graphite, gold, and redstone. So graphite is the weird thing here that's kind of new that you wouldn't have used before, and this can be made just by smelting coal or charcoal or anything along that, guys. You can also do graphite dust, but that's just got by crushing up graphite, so no point in that. There is also, for graphite, you can get it through chickens if you get a coal and an ink black chicken. So relatively easy one to get. It's only a tier 2, I believe, so not too shabby at all. So that's what you need for the casings. And then, so basically in our reactor, it's a multi-block structure. So the bottoms, basically we need stuff to surround the outside, which has to be either the casings or this casing glass, which is just that casing with glass on either side of it, so relatively easy there. We're going to need a controller piece, which is just casing pieces, diamond, yellurium, and redstone. We're going to need a power tap to tie into our flux network, which just adds some redstone in there. We're going to need some access ports, just piston and some casings. And then kind of the interesting things, to hold the fuel and to control the fuel, we need a fuel rod, which is iron, graphite, yellurium. Not bad. We're actually going to get 3 of these to be the height of what we're doing, and then we also need a controller for that, which is just graphite, casings, redstone, yellurium. So really, graphite's the pain in the butt to get here. You just got to smelt up a whole bunch of it, and then you're good to go to get what you need. So this is kind of what I'm sitting on: 61 reactor casing, 64 glass, a power tap, control rod, 3 of the fuel rods, 2 access ports, and a controller. And we are going to go make this thing up. So I've laid out some space over here. You can also see I've been tinkering with some storage of draconium, but we just got a few million power held up there, so I can use my void ore miner. And you can see I've marked out a space here. It's a 5x5 space, and this is where we're going to build it. So you need a base level. Base level has to be all of this casing. So we're just going to do the 5x5. I should really wand this, but I don't like wanding. I don't like wanding. I'm not a wizard. So there we go. That's our base level. Now the sides are going to have to be, like I said, either casing or glass. So we're just going to go up. I'm going to make it kind of nice. Go up on, I think the corners actually have to be the casing, I think, but we'll see. And then, so I'm just going to make the corners of the frame all of this casing. Should get us everything we need. And you can see when I click on it saying not enough control rods, requires at least 1. So if I put a control rod, so in the top, I don't care what the top looks like, so I'm just going to put more of the casing along here. And let's get rid of this one that I stuck in the wrong spot. So we need a control rod. So the control rods have to go in line with where our fuel rods are. So we've got 3 of these fuel rods here. I'm just going to stick the fuel rods right in the middle for now. Depending on what size of reactor you go, you might want to put different. I could put 3 fuel rods in here. I could put 5 fuel rods in here. Basically, we'll be filling up some of the space with fuel rods and some of the space with coolant, there's multiple different things you can use for it. You can just use air. You can use different types of blocks. You can use different types of liquids. But we're just going to stick with some diamond blocks because there's an achievement for that as well. But then right above where we've put this fuel rod, we need to put the controller right on top of it. And there we go, that blocks it off. So now if we click on this, it says, oh, there's not enough controllers. Requires at least 1. So far it's looking good. We're gonna finish up our corners here. 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and now, controller, I think, so this is kind of the middle of my walkthrough. My controller's going to go right there for now. Now, if we click on this, it says, oh, air is not valid for the exterior. So we need stuff along the outside as well. We could fill it all in and just go from there, but I'm going to add a couple of things on the exterior as well. I'm going to put a power tap here so that we can tie this in so it can put power into our Draconic network or storage housing there. I'm also going to put 2 access ports, and right now they look the same, but one will be our input, one will be our export. The import will be putting in our fuel that will be going into here, and then the export will be doing the whatever I'm trying to say. The export will be pulling out the waste because it's like a nuclear reactor, right? It takes in some sort of material and then it converts it, the reaction converts it to something else that is useless for the process. Now, we could just close up the front here with glass and we'd be done, but I'm going to add up a bit more cooling to this system to help the reactor be a bit more efficient. And so we're just going to put some diamond blocks in here as a coolant. Like I said, there's an achievement for this, so might as well tackle it all at once. And I will probably, well, like I said, there is an achievement for a max size reactor that we'll probably do later on. But I think I'm going to use this world to play around a little bit with my with the Extreme Reactors mod and just see what is efficient in terms of sizing and fuel rods and all that fun stuff. But there we go. You see, as we place that last piece of glass, it completed to a full multi-block. If I put something outside, it goes back. We'll break that again, and I think, there we go, back to the full multi-block. This is now red on the controller, so we can access this. We can see what's going on, which means this works. We can try to activate the reactor, but it says it's online, but there's no fuel in it, so there's no power, there's nothing that's going to work. So we're going to deactivate the reactor, and now we need to set up how to get power into, or not power, we have to get our items into it. So first things first, left will be our input, right is going to be our output. So we want this to be in outlet mode, and now it'll turn blue for us. We're just going to stick a little storage crate here right now. That's going to be our just our waste dumping area. I don't anticipate too much coming out. It's not that I really want this going 24/7. So this is gonna just extract always and insert always just into there, no problem. So now to get stuff in, I've got some Yellurium set up in the other in my refined storage system. So what I'm going to use is an ender chest here. I've got it separate than my other, separate color from my other one, so it's just getting the Yellurium. I've got an exporter set up with a filter on it, as well as a crafting upgrade, so it will take any of the essence that comes through and convert it. I'm also going to set it up that the system turns dust into Yellurium as well, with some furnaces, but it took a little bit longer to set that up, so I'm going to go with this. Really? You're just going to stand right there, you pain in the butt. So then I'm going to do the same thing over here, where I'm just going to drop an item conduit onto here. This is going to extract always, and this is going to insert always, really. And now we're looking, and there we go. Our fuel core status is full. So that means that this thing is good to turn on. Now, well, that's basically full, so I'm not going to worry about that. Damn, I got to upgrade that already. It's going to be nice. So then really all you got to do, guys, is hit activate reactor. you'll see it'll start spooling up. It'll start getting temperature towards it. It'll start showing you how much it's making. So this is making about 1200, almost 1300 RF per tick, which is fantastic. I mean, that's basically, this itself is producing double what all my other power is producing right now, which is fantastic. It is also creating a waste of 0.084 millibuckets per tick. So it's taking this yellurium and it's converting it into the second level here, which is cyanide ingots that will eventually get spit out. It's irradiating at about 100%, which is not too bad. You can get this higher, I believe, depending on how close together fuel rods are in, but with only one, it's not too bad. So this is a fairly standard, not too bad. Reactor, just small enough to get a decent amount of energy going. And you can see here the buffer's filling up. We're almost about 15% full already. And this looks like it's got a billion... 10 million. This stores 10 million itself, so it's a fairly decent buffer for your system. And then you can always, once it's filled up, you can just deactivate it so that it'll still hold its energy that's in here, but it's not burning up your fuel. So it's something that you could set it on and off. There are actually ways to tie it into open computers and actually have programs that turn it on, turn it off, slow it down, speed it up, all that fun jazz. So that's that, guys. We have built a reactor. Nothing too crazy, and like I said, you can go crazy with this. You can go huge if you'd like, which is why I've kind of built it off to the side so I can expand it as necessary. And then the last bit is getting power out of this, guys. You just want to hook up conduits here, right? And you can choose the... Oh, that's not what I want. You can set it to pull and push if you want, or any of that jazz. I'm just going to drop it down, and then we've got... I mean, I can just tie it right back into my... That's the wrong place, man. Womp, womp, womp. Dragon tail. Dragon tail in my way. Such a pain in the butt. So we can just do another pylon here, and then that's automatically just shooting more power into there. I actually think, did that drain it already? Oh no, but this is probably... How full is this? There we go. So I've completely filled that storage. But now this is tying in and filling it as it needs to. What we can do is just, turn this on, let it fill up, and then this buffer will drain as we draw more power. But yeah, that is the Extreme Reactors, guys. That's the first piece to Extreme Reactors, because we have just created the passively cooled reactor. The next would be using an actively cooled, which we'll hopefully take a look at next episode, because this one will be a bit more involved. We'll be looking at some turbines and moving coolant through and all sorts of fun stuff. It should be good. And then create a turbine. And what else do we have? Where is it? I know we completed another one here. Use diamond block. Oh, use diamond blocks to cool a max size reactor. Okay, that one's gonna take a little bit more. That one's gonna take a little bit more. But it should be good, guys. So that's that. We are completely finished with this Extreme Reactor, this actively or passively cooled Extreme Reactor. I'll let you guys play with this. This actually changes how everything... it can change how your reactor behaves and how much power it generates and everything based on how much your control rod goes in. So, if you guys have been enjoying this, smash that like button, sub to the channel for updates when the new content goes live. We are getting so close. We need 25 more subscribers to hit the wonderful 1,000 mark, so we greatly appreciate your support in getting there. And if you want to join the community, we got links down below to our Discord, our Facebook, our website, all that fun stuff. So check it out. Come drop by and say hi, because we love chatting with you guys. Also check our other videos on Wednesdays and Fridays, as well as our live stream that happens every Tuesday evening. So thank you guys very much for watching, and we will catch you all in the next one.